Come along, everyone. It's time for the story ship. Permission to come aboard granted. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Story Ship Podcast. I'm your host, Captain Sean. Today, we've got a back-to-school episode. And you know, every time I went back to school, I always felt this mysteriousness coming on. Maybe it was because I knew Halloween was right around the corner, and we had all the strangeness of a new school year with new friends and teachers, and, well, it also reminds me of the circus, and fairs too, because every fall we would have the circus come around, or fairs, and we would go on weekends, and there was this strange kind of macabre weirdness about fairs, and, well, in this next story, it's no different. Here's a story called The Circus. And I find it really amazing to listen to the kids' accents. There's a boy in here that does a Cockney accent, so have a listen, mate. And this is also a wisdom tale, a story that gives advice about how to live. Let's see if you can figure out what bit of advice this story gives.
No, man. What do you think we are going to do? It does not matter if we have all these people coming to our circus if we can no eat. You think money grows on trees?
The ringleader's wife roared and stomped. The two had moved their circus here because they had heard there was gold in the nearby forest.
Each afternoon, after all the shows were over, the ringleader would go into the forest and search for gold. He dug and dug hole after hole in the ground, but never found anything but dead roots and rocks.
We have no food, man,
she yelled again as he left the caravan. The ringmaster's wife was very tall and had a beard. She came from Jamaica, and her dreadlocks looked like snakes slithering in the air. She was a freaky four-eyed woman with a pointed nose and a deep, raspy voice that clicked as her false teeth moved around in her mouth. She had one big foot and one small foot, and when she walked, she hobbled about and made a funny scraping noise followed by a hop.
"But I will find you out. Just wait and see,"
replied the ringmaster. He was short, bald, and fat with buck teeth. He was hairy all over and had 6 fingers and 7 toes. His huge feet made him waddle like a duck when he walked.
"Just you wait,"
the ringmaster yelled back. He walked across the circus and watched the juggler juggle 3 ducks and a goose. He took a deep breath through his nose and basked in the aroma of hot dogs, popcorn, boiled peanuts, and cotton candy.
He walked along the carnival paths and heard the elephant call and the lion roar. The crowd yelled and cheered and his heart soared. He loved the circus. It was his dream. It was his life. It was what he was meant to do. Then, without warning, he smelled the horse and elephant manure, and his face cringed as he stepped right in a pile of dung.
"I cannot believe my luck. Today I must find a goat, or we will not eat."
So the ringmaster waddled into the woods with his shovel in hand and head hanging down. He went deep into the forest and began to dig. He dug about 2 feet down and hit a root. But when he hit the root, he heard a faint jingle above him.
He looked up, and to his amazement, he saw the tree was full of gold coins and dollar bills. He jumped up and pulled the money from the tree and filled his pockets. When he had all that he could carry, he returned to his wife and the circus.
The two were soon very rich and dressed themselves in the finest of clothes, but they always wanted more and returned to the tree together for as much money as they could take.
Why bother picking the gold from the tree, man? Why don't we just cut it down and get all the gold from the roots? Then we'll have so much money that no one will ever be richer.
"Good day, my sweets."
And so the ringmaster went to the circus and got an axe. He came back with a few short whacks, cut the tree down.
But the two cried out in horror as they watched the tree melt and all the money disappeared.
And worse still, there was no gold in the roots, only dirt and rocks.
And so you see, it was greed that left the ringmaster and his wife hungry and poor all the rest of their lives.
Do you know what bit of advice or wisdom this story tells us? Yeah, I think you do. It's the last part of the story that really tells us that being greedy is not always the best way to go if you'd like to find happiness. This story comes to us from Centennial Elementary in Gainesville, Georgia. If you or your school would like to be on the Story Ships podcast, please drop us an email at mystory@thestoryship.com. We have wonderful workshops available, either virtual or with a live storyteller. Hope we hear from you. Thanks for listening, everyone.